Hello, Tobela, Dumelang, Sawubona, Aye. Kuyamora, it's Letawompai, representative from the TASO committee. I'm going to be addressing a few aims and objectives I have on parts of the TASO. I would like to speak firstly about the issue of transportation. If we were given a chance as TASO, as a TASO-led SRC, we would try and to improve the transport. As right now, currently, people, when they want to go buy groceries from student accommodations, they have to use public transport, such as taxis, and which is a very dangerous thing because right now we are facing COVID-19 and people can get affected while they're inside the taxis. So I feel like we should try and get like a transport from other school that will take the students from accommodations to the malls, which will also help them save money that they would use from the money that they get. Yeah, and another thing is about sports. The sports here in Polokwane campus, there is limited sports. So I feel like we should also come up with new sports, introduce new extramural activities so that students can exercise their talents, because some people have talents but then there are no sports in this campus, so they end up presenting this campus and taking transfers, going to other schools or other campuses, because initially there is a lot of campuses here in TUT. Another issue is about currently there is a lot of learners struggling with academics. They're having a challenge understanding their lecturers. Some of them can't understand what they're saying and feel like the lecturers are not as qualified. So I would like us to bring in more qualified and experienced lecturers, come up with a lot of tutors, make sure almost every module has tutors and new tutors are appointed, because tutors have a better time to spend with students, and we can install student programs so students can understand the work better, which will minimize students failing and will increase academic excellence. Another issue is about cafeteria. As like right now, we are facing the pandemic and students cannot be buying from street vendors who do not follow proper COVID-19 protocols. So I feel like we should start and develop a proper cafeteria where we shall have COVID-19 protocols and we shall serve students and staff proper food and meals so they don't have to go out of the campus just to get a meal, which is wasting time. So they can get it here from the school, and as the school, we can also come up with an extra income to help the school. And then another thing is about safety of the students. As the students, there are some people who are gays, these disabled students. So I feel like we should create a safe environment for the LGBTQ+ community so they can also feel safe, because at the end of the day, they are human just as one of you. So you should create a safe space so they should not be harmed. We should also increase the amount of security around campus and off campus, such as some residences should increase the cameras, increase the security, so students can feel safe at all times, because it would be a tragedy if something bad would happen to a student while they were on a TUT campus or accredited traces. Another thing, as a TASO-led SRC committee, we will try and be close with the NSFAS, because at the end of the day, sometimes students struggle with appeals and stuff like that. And right now, currently, there's been some students who are kicked off at their accommodations because apparently they had NSFAS problems. And it's a tragedy when someone who comes from another province is kicked out of res and they don't know anyone in this province. and they have a time struggling. So we'd make sure that we work closely with NSFAS so we can like fast track such issues and help students. I thank you for your time. Vote for TASO.
Greetings, fellow students of the People's University. Here is Khanyago Tebogo from EFF Student Command, TUT Polokwane Campus, Kritsani Branch. I'm here to present a manifesto of the EFF-SC, an action plan towards winning elections and after elections. The EFF-SC Manifesto 2021 is based on primarily few sources. Firstly, we want our libraries back. We don't want such a position of the university utilizing libraries as classes. We demand our libraries back. Another thing, every resident must have a library and a working library. The third option is the campus should have cafeteria. The cafeteria on campus must operate, and students must be in charge of that cafeteria. It must be owned by students, not the management or anyone from the offices of the university. Even at residence level, the cafeterias should be owned by students, not the rest managers. Such will come to menopause. Non-funded students must receive food parcels from the SRC budget. The university or all various offices of the university must donate. We're going to instill a program of donations. Students must eat. We don't want a position whereby students are suffering in the presence of the SRC, in the presence of the EFF-SC. Such will come to menopause. Wi-Fi on campus. The Wi-Fi on campus must be strong. You must be able to connect the Wi-Fi even if you are outside the campus, at the park there with your partner. You must be able to connect the Wi-Fi. The EFF-SC is going to ensure that the Wi-Fi on campus is strong. Self-funded students. Self-funded students must register for free. All students must register for free. Even on the issue of certificates, all students must receive their certificates even though they have outstanding fees. As the EFF, we are going to ensure that students graduate and receive their certificates without paying anything to the university. No student is owing the university. And as far as it's owing the university, not students. The EFF-SC is going to fight to ensure that such happens. Toiletries. All students must receive toiletries, especially the ladies. Toilets of the ladies must have sanitary towels, not condoms. They must have sanitary towels. At least after every month, they must provide sanitary towels. The university must buy those things and put them there. We are going to ensure of that as the EFF-SC. We are a radical movement, and we are going to ensure that such happens. Off-campus allowance. The university must just propose to students that students must be given a chance to apply for accommodation or for accredited accommodation or off-campus allowances, like they did in January when they were telling us to apply for book allowances or laptops. They must also give us an opportunity to apply for residence or off-campus allowances. Transport allowances and meal allowances, together with the book allowances, they must be provided first week after registering. If the university opens the registrations, after registering, we must receive our allowances. We don't want to take a position of having to close down the university at the end of the day, because we are capable of such as the EFF-SC. Laundry and connect and strong Wi-Fi at all residences. After elections, the EFF-SC is going to ensure that each and every residence which does not have a laundry or a strong Wi-Fi is going to be taken out of the system. We are going to take each and every residence that does not meet the EFF-SC's demands or students' demands out of the system. We are going to close it down. The gate must be 10 style range gate. These things of giving security guards our student cards every time we enter there must come to menopause. We don't want such a behavior. We are getting late for classes. We must tap and enter. It's a university of technology, so technology must be provided. Like currently, technology must be provided. The SRC budget. We have noted as the EFFSC, or there are such shenanigans on the SRC budget. So the EFFSC is going to ensure that if the university wants to take the SRC to trips in Soshanguve or anywhere, they must utilize their own money, not the budget. The budget is for students. The EFFSC is going to ensure that. We are a radical movement. So we call on all students of the People's University to vote for EFFSC, for total emancipation of students. We are going to ensure that all your needs are met. We are going to ensure that each and every shenanigan happening, transpiring around the university, each and every nepotism, and comrades must not be prioritized in terms of employment around the campus. There are deserving students who must be employed. Comrades must be taken out. Comrades must not be prioritized. They claim to be political. They claim to be political goals. We are going to ensure as the EFFSC or there's no nepotism, capitalism, or nonsense around the campus. We request all students to vote for EFFSC TUT on the 14th to 16th September 2021 for total emancipation and radical transformation. Thank you.
The representative of SCO Student Christian Organization. Fellow students, receive revolutionary greeting from Mighty Gigantic SCO. Fellow students, let me start by saying this, that before you are promised bananas, you must first check if the candidate is not from a mango tree. Because as SCO Student Christian Organization, we don't want to flabbergast students. We want to make sure that our students are not promised bananas from a mango tree. Because we know that the way these comrades of Yellow Berets are so hungry for votes, they can even promise you that if you vote for them, they will make sure that Jesus comes back tomorrow. But as SCO will never promise you bananas from a mango tree. The Student Christian Organization, SCO, call for students to vote. We are calling all and encouraging all our Christian brothers and sisters in the Lord to vote with us. The Student Christian Organization, which is multicultural, Christocentric, and socio-political organization based in its stripe of excellent and passionate leadership. To us, leadership is not a position, but it's a function. Polokwane has experienced all sorts of leadership through the years, but this year we are making a call to all students to try this resilient organization that has survived storms but still managed to serve students faithfully so. In the history of Polokwane campus, the SCO has been granted an opportunity to attend the campus presidency through the Alliance, and it has been a great administration which was fruitful for students. During the term of office 2020-2021, the SCO has achieved the following. Bursary. There is a bursary called Assist a Student Bursary. There are 55 students who are funded by this bursary. This bursary focuses mainly on students who are not funded by NSFAS. But through the help of SCO, 55 students are funded and they are receiving 500, each are receiving 500 monthly allowance. Number 2, registration and admission. Before 2021 academic year start, students were blocked and some were unable to register. But the SCO managed to help students to register. Spiritual support and counseling. We are the only organization that can lead and pray at the same time. Therefore, we call and encourage all our Christian brothers and sisters in the Lord to vote with us. Transport allowance. As I am speaking, comrade students, some of you, if you can check, your ITS now is pregnant because SCO has fought for students to get transport allowance. The council, which was led by the president deployed by the SCO, had championed the following: residence and transportation, ICT competition, faculty communication and correspondence with students, campus security and residents. Given the chance as SCO to serve the students again, these are the priority list of what we believe that through our deployees will achieve. Introduction of eye centers and libraries at student rest. Cafeterias, these cafeterias, at least they must employ 2 students. Students that are academically excelling should be awarded with laptops and tablets. Student academic record must be free. We promise to run Freshers Ball in time. Registration must be free for students who are funded by NSFAS. On the 14th to 16th of September 2021, let us go in numbers and cast our vote in pride. Let us vote the SCO, the only organization that can lead and pray at the same time. Comrade students, bear in mind that for now we only have 1 seat in SRC. The people who are occupying seats, they are in the office but doing nothing. So if you can vote for us, we promise to deliver the best to you, students. I won't waste time trying to English the English. Let me conclude by saying this, my fellow students, that there is nothing for students without students. Students must not be deceived. Students must not get flummoxed. Vote for SCO, the only organization that can lead and pray at the same time. Lead us with content, faithful to the call of students. Test and see. SCO occupy. SCO ngomfowethu. Nothing for student without student. I submit.
Amandla, speaking here on the podium is Pumudzo Smangwe, Branch Secretary of SASCO, Selbon Mabunda Branch, TUT, Polokwane Campus. I'm going to be short as a miniskirt. First thing first that we are going to deal with as South African Student Congress is to request for the system to be decentralized. When the system is decentralized, it is going to help us to achieve more of things, particularly the issue of off-camp allowance. When you have an off-camp allowance in running in the system, it will be assisted by the system being decentralized here in campus, because we believe that staying at rest should be a choice, not compulsory. That's why we're calling for off-camp allowance to come back into practice here at TUT Polokwane campus. Number 2, we want the sanitary towels to be available at each and every corner of the university. As much as condoms are available in the toilet and they do not run out, sanitary towels will always be at the toilets available, that when students want to access them, they can be able to access them at any time. We are saying that the post-grad funding of 500 rands that is loaded into the Fundi card should be increased, because it tells you that when there's 500 rand that is given to post-grad students, it means it can be increased by 1,000, and it is equal to the amount that NSFAS students are receiving. We are also calling for a certification office to be available in Polokwane campus. We cannot always waste our money to travel to Building 21 in Pretoria and get our certification of certificates there. We want it to be available in campus. Students should be able to access it at any given time. We are also calling for practicals to be done in campus. Before we outsource our students to go to various departments to get campus practicals or work integrated learning, we are saying the offices and departments that are available in campus must be occupied by our students to do work integrated learning. That is what we are calling for as SASCO. We are also calling for new and capable lecturers. We are tired of receiving complaints from students saying old lecturers are not coming to class. They teach you 2 minutes when they are in class. We want lecturers, particularly young people who are qualified, to occupy the space of the old ones. We are also saying that if you put us into power, we are going to establish web seminar whereby we are going to deal with gender-based violence. That is one of the pandemic that we are facing as well in the country. So when we start it on our campus, we'll be able to spread it out into our communities. We are saying that if you vote for us, we are going to make sure that whenever fresh ball arrives, you are going to enter for free and we are going to have quality artists. The issue of cafeteria, we're saying as SASCO that the cafeteria should be run by capable people, particularly young people who have innovative ideas on how to sell quality and good food, and foremost, affordable food as well. We are saying that the ATM should be established in campus so that the students avoid being scammed out there in Limpopo Mall and everywhere where these scammings are happening. We are saying that students that are complaining at the residences, particularly that rest of Kilimanjaro, we are promising students of Kilimanjaro and other affected dresses that we are going to deal with the rest managers who are not complying there. Like I said, comrades, if you vote for us to lead the campus, because it has been tough in the recent years, we are saying we are going to introduce a biometric gate whereby when you enter the university, you can be able to access it using your student card or you tap. But particularly now that we are under COVID-19, you can use your student card. I submit. Thank you. Who will vote for us, we are number 3 on the ballot. Thank you very much.